Okay, let's try this question here. Now, you can't quite see what's going on here because if I click, the answer will come up, and I'll tell you where the letters are here. There's a Q right there, and then there's an S there, and then there's an R there. You see this gray part? That's a triangle that's on the bottom. That's a triangle that's on the same horizontal plane. T is a hook on the ceiling of an art gallery. But there's Q, where I'm pointing to, then S, and then R. That's a triangle in the horizontal plane where three people are observing, looking up at the hook. The people at Q, the people at S, and the people at R. The angle of elevation is 40 degrees from this Q to T up here, and from QSR, that angle in between is 150 degrees, and angle QRS, that's right there, that's 20 degrees. QR, down the bottom, from Q to R, that's 10 meters right there. And these two, TS and SQ, they're equal. Okay, that's the whole story. Now, how are we going to figure out QT? Well, the first thing we've got to figure out is we've got to figure out QS, because we've got this bottom part here. They tell us that it's 10 meters. Well, we've got a side, opposite angle we know, and we've got this side opposite this angle. So we can just use the sine rule, and that's what we're going to do. Oh, now you can see Q, R, there's 10 meters, there's a triangle on the bottom. So QS is the thing we're looking for. It's the link between these two triangles. So that's what you always go for in these 3D problems. QS goes with the sine of 20. The way 10 goes with the sine of 150. It's always sides opposite angles. That's how the sine rule works. And then you multiply the sine 20 up here, you just put it in your calculator, and you get yourself QS, which is 6.484 meters. Now you know that's 6.84. Hey, that's got to be the same. And if that angle's 40, that angle's got to be 40. Angles opposite equal sides. Well, that's a big story there. If that's 40, that's 40. But then it's got to be 180 to add up to angles in a triangle, and that's an important part of the question. We know what QS is at 6.84, but now we can get at QT, because QT goes with 100 degrees the way that our 6.84 goes with 40 degrees. We just use the sine rule again. We put the sine 100 up there, put it in our calculator, and look at that, we got QT. Now, everything we did with the numbers here, we're going to use the same thing, but with variables. And with letters, it looks so much harder, but it's really just doing exactly the same thing. So hopefully this will have prepared us for the exam question that's coming up next.